I want to ask you a question, guys. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. What is the difference between $50,000 a year and a $500,000 a year? Let me repeat that. Do you know the difference between a $50,000 a year? In 2026, people are going to have that $50,000 years, but some people are going to have a $500,000 year. And some people are going to have a $500,000 month. What is the difference? If you listen to the first video, you know that I've coached for years and decades, and I've literally helped a lot of people make a lot of money. And my question to you is, could I have your permission today to coach you a little bit, just to move you in a place, perhaps maybe just a little bit further down the road that you maybe didn't think was possible? I've been teaching this one thing, and it's not anything new, but what we've done is we've created something that was a little different. And this is why that I want to ask you a question. Do you know the difference between a $50,000 a year and a $500,000 a year? Very simple. Everything has a foundation. And a foundation is what something stands on, to be perfectly blunt. It's something, not only what something stands on, but it's supportive structure. I'm sure that you've seen these commercial buildings. I work with a lot of contractors, and I've seen commercial buildings go up, and I've seen the concrete poured. I've seen all the different footers put together, and what was laid out as a foundation literally held a 20-story building. Everything has a foundation. Everything that exists has some form of a foundation, and you and I are no different. Most people's, though, their foundation, to be honest, is cracked. It is cracked from people's negative responses, negative words, just negative in general. They have cracked your foundation from all the different times that things didn't work like they thought they would, that they came back and had a setback, and then they came back and had a setback, and they came back and had a setback, which I've had many times. It starts to crack your foundation. Not only does it start to crack your foundation, but it starts to crack your belief, your thinking, your mindset. It starts to even create some thoughts in your mind that weren't there before. It says, am I crazy? Can I really do this? See, that is a cracked foundation. And people, believe it or not, there's sledgehammers out there that'll try to crack your foundation of your dream. There's sledgehammer people out there that will try to crack the foundation of your dream, of where you're going, what we call an extraordinary destination from last video. And this we can't allow to happen. Your foundation is many, many different things combined, just like cement, just like mortar, just like anything else like that is combined. And it's your perspective about what things are and how they look, your approach towards maybe your business, or your approach towards really success and wealth, your thinking, your beliefs, your expectation. It is a hunger on fire. I want you to get that. It is a hunger for a dream, a hunger for something that you want to achieve, capture, see in your life, and it's on fire. And it's something that burns in you that you can't put out. That is why the difference between a cracked foundation and a foundation that is on fire. A cracked foundation, again, sometimes you may have integrity lapses, or maybe you slip back into that old thinking model, or start slipping back into that old other different types of words that I can't, I won't, this is hard. A cracked foundation is typical. People struggle with it all the time. And when you build a foundation on something, whether it's your thinking, whether it's your emotions, whether it's your perspective, whether it's your belief, whether it's your actions, whether it's your morals, whether it's your energy, it doesn't matter. When you build on a cracked foundation, you're going to have a weak foundation to support anything of substance. Did you get that? It is cracking often from other people. It is cracking from their doubt. It is cracking from their fear. It is cracking from their negatives. It is cracking from their frustration. It is cracking from their lack of belief. And they bring those sledgehammers of doubt and sledgehammers of just, you can't do it. And they start working on your foundation hard because they don't want you to get ahead of them. It's that simple. One of the biggest reasons why people are negative towards people like you and people like me, because I'm telling you, when I first got started, people laughed at me. They said, you're insane, you're crazy, you're going to jail. It worked out a little bit differently. Really, it was really worked out real differently. But of all the people that I've helped literally become 7 and 8 figure people, they all, most of them anyway, had foundations that needed solidifying, that needed new cement, that needed steeling up, that needed new steel girders in them. What you build on will be what you grow on. Did you get that? What you build on, whether it's whatever it is that your foundation is, you're going to build on, and will it hold up? That's the question. Will it hold up? Most of the time, if you got a cracked foundation, it is a problem, and you really have to fix it. All the negatives, all of the other things hurled your way, you're going to have to move to fix that cracked foundation. It could be other people's words, opinions, input. That's what cracks your foundation, because you give it permission, I guess, if that's a good word. The people over there, you listen to them. Why would you want to listen to them? Here's what you say when somebody tries to crack your foundation, tries to crack your belief, crack your all the different things that you got going, saying, excuse me, I don't think that way anymore, but I appreciate you telling me that. But when I have achieved this, let's talk. How simple is that? Hey, listen, I don't think that way anymore. And I appreciate your input, but when I have achieved this, now, then we could talk. The reason why is now you're building the cracks in your foundation, and you're starting to seal them up with the truth. The truth that you're going to achieve it anyway, no matter what they say. You're going to achieve it anyway, no matter what they do. You're going to achieve it anyway, no matter what they think. You need to build a foundation of internal steel. This is what I've been teaching for 30 some years. Steel, if you know how it works, is gone through the fire. And they take iron, add carbon, and then 8,000 or 2 to 8,000 degrees, depending upon what kind of steel you want, but generally somewhere between that 2 to 8,000 degrees, and it becomes liquid, it becomes molten. Next thing you know, add carbon, and it's 100 times stronger than iron. You need to build a foundation of internal steel, gone through the fire, gone through the molten, gone and added carbon, the carbon of other people's experiences, other people's success, other people's belief in you, and other people's wisdom. And here's a question. Can your foundation hold enough for you to scale anything? Most cannot. I'm going to be real. Most cannot. But that's not you, because that's why you and I are doing some work together, because I'm going to show you how to scale, how to fix a foundation you never thought possible doing, even though you didn't know it was cracked. And a lot of people struggle because they don't know they have a cracked foundation. But we're going to fix that. You need to welcome resistance, welcome adversity, and welcome negative things, because that's a doorway. Every time that something goes wrong, I want you to get this as we start wrapping up this video. I want you to get this. Every time something goes wrong, I want you to see a doorway in front of you. This is what I've taught for years and decades. When something goes wrong, when there's resistance, when there's a setback, when there's a negative person, see a doorway in front of you, and that doorway is the entrance into something bigger once you get past that. Every negative event, every negative person is a doorway that you simply get through, because something bigger is waiting on the other side. That is how that you build and cement and heal that foundation, through understanding that all negatives are doorways to something greater. And if you do that, I'm telling you what, you will see your foundation go from $50,000 a year literally to $500,000 a year, because you've started filling in the gaps, filling in the cracks, and healing your foundation, because every negative is a doorway that you're going to walk through to something bigger, better, bolder, and much more powerful. Guys, we're doing some work here. I'm going to coach you like I've coached these 50, 60 number one earners from direct sales companies. I've coached contractors. I've coached I've worked with billion-dollar owners of companies. I want to coach you here and show you things and teach you and push you and let you see exactly what you need to do. Because again, if this is something that you want to build, something extraordinary, something 7, 8, 9 figures, this is the place. Like, subscribe, follow, and share, because you want to bring people here, because it will absolutely change their life. And it won't be me. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Christian. It'll be God. But we're going to have not only a challenge and a time together, but watch what happens over the course of the next 90 days. You won't even recognize yourself. Like, follow, share.